Hey YouTube, what's going on? It's Mike here, back with my first deck profile on this channel, and today we're going to be profiling Yugi's Duelist Kingdom deck. I'm going to go through each of the cards and tell you why I played them and how they'll help you. So, Duelist Kingdom really had a lot of the normal monsters, making it a lot more of a, simple game. So let's dive into this right now. Obviously, you have the one Dark Magician. Not a Yugi deck without a Dark Magician for sure. Kind of with him the whole way through. So obviously one of him. Every monster in here we just play one of just because he had so many cards. I'll explain the side deck later. Obviously you have Guy the Fierce Knight as well as the Curse of Dragon over here, both used for his fusion, but also pretty solid boss monsters. However, the best boss monster in his deck is definitely Summon Skull. 2500 attack, same as Dark Magician, but only one tribute, so it makes it a lot better. And then we go into all of his level 4 normal monsters. We have the Komori Dragon, Blackland Fire Dragon, Winged Dragon, Guardian of the Fortress, Celtic Guardian, very classic, Feral Imp, another one, Horn Imp, which you don't see as much. I stuck that in here, which is good. Beaver Warrior, another one, Griffor, Mystical Elf, and Giant Soldier of Stone, both 2000 event, both good for character duels. I recommend both of those. Mammoth Graveyard, Silver Fang, not the best, but he did play them, so it's always nice to put those in here. Catapult Turtle is an interesting one. One of the first effect monsters he plays. Once per turn, you contribute one monster and inflict damage to your opponent equal to half of the tributed monster's attack. So if you tribute one of your high-level monsters, some of these ritual guys over here, you can do a good amount of damage to your opponent. Not the most ideal effect though, mostly you'll just use them for defense. Another one over here, Karibo, classic card, and then there's two ritual monsters to use. These are pretty hard to get out, but if you do, especially in a character duel, in Duelist Kingdom character duel, it's hard to get over. And here's a card he did not play, and I'll explain to you why I play that. He has these 4 level 5 or above normal monsters, and sometimes those can be pretty dead, so if you have this card, it makes it's a free summon. You can get that out of the way. And it's a very good card in a character duel. You have Dispel, just basic trap spell removal, not trap, but spell removal. You have the Polymerization for his fusions. Mock You the Magical Mist, not the most ideal card, only can be used with Summon Skull, but a good card if you get it out nonetheless. Pot of Greed, standard. Swords of Revealing Light, good card. Stops opponent's attacks for 3 turns. Then you have more ban cards, Monster Reborn, Brand Control, pretty self-explanatory. Then you have 2 ritual cards right here. Both, like I said before, these are pretty hard to get out unless you have these 2 in your hand. So getting both in your hand can be quite difficult. I'll come back to that. Used a card called the Living Arrow, and it kind of an interesting card. I kind of copied spell cards, so Spell Shattering Arrow was the closest, I guess, fix, I guess you can say, for the card. Burning Land, take out some field spells. Not really the greatest card, but he used it. This is a great card, however, since he has so many normal monsters. You can just keep drawing cards off this card. During your draw phase, when you draw a normal monster, you can draw one more card by showing it to your opponent. And then you have 2 Horn of the Unicorn. Again, a lot of his level 4 monsters are really low in attack. Obviously the highest one being 1500. These can help turn those monsters into really big beat sticks. And then you have the Book of Secret Arts for his few spellcaster type monsters. Then we have double Mirror Force. This deck really needs protection, and it doesn't have a lot of that, so I usually run 2. And we have the Spellbinding Circle. The anime effect was a lot better. It did pretty much the exact same thing, but it took away 700 attack points from a monster that it got. And then the Horn of Heaven. Use this in against Bakura, when they first found out he was all psycho and stuff. So this is actually a very good card, still used today. Then you have his 2 fusions. Black Skull Dragon, it was sort of his, but sort of not his. But I like to include it. And then we have Guy the Dragon Champion, obviously. His highest attack monster besides his 2 ritual monsters. For this one, you guys might be wondering, oh, where's Red Eyes Black Dragon? Well, I played that in the side deck. The side deck aren't stuff that, like a competitive side deck. It's more of a side deck for other cards that I might consider playing in this deck. So obviously, Red Eyes, for when I might want to go into Black Skull Dragon instead of the Guy the Dragon Champion. Korak is an interesting monster. It's just another one of those weaker monsters, but he did use it, so I included it. And then we have Dark Sage and Time Wizard. He did play Dark Sage, but it was kind of a weird effect. But I went ahead and threw it in just because. And then Soul Release, he used this in his duel with Rebecca. Pretty good card. Stops the monster reborn, but it could also hurt you, so I didn't really include it in the deck. A second polymerization, good for when you want to go into maybe more than one fusion. Mystic Box, he used it, but not a great card. And then 2 extra ritual cards, just because how hard those ritual monsters can get out. You can't really get them out that easy, so having 2 of these ritual cards could be make it a lot easier. Multiply, pretty very tight scenarios. Not a lot of scenarios you can use this in, only if you have Karibo out. Same with Monster Recovery. It's not a great card. I actually took this out last minute and replaced it with a second Horn of the Unicorn. Mystical Moon is kind of another Horn of the Unicorn, but it's only for Beast Warriors, which I think he only has Beaver Warrior, so it's not that great. I think in the anime it was used not only for Beast Warriors, but Beast cards as well. And then you have 3 traps that use but aren't great, and you guys can side out any of these cards. You can substitute any of these cards. I tried to include as much of his deck as possible while also making this main deck pretty, I guess, competitive. So anyway, that was my Duelist Kingdom Yugi deck, and I will be back pretty soon with my Duelist Kingdom Kaiba deck. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy that. Peace out.